Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Pankatsu Akuma. I just came back for the gym. God, I don't know what happened in my mouth there. I just came back from the gym. I was eating some food, so maybe that's why I was doing that with my mouth. I was kind of still like, well, I wasn't really chewing anymore, but maybe, I don't know. There must be something going on with my mouth there. That's why I wasn't able to say what I did. But yeah, surprisingly, when I was at the gym, I got held up by the elevator since they actually were doing maintenance on their electronic panels. So the elevator wasn't working for about half an hour. This is definitely uncommon for sure for a lot of people. I don't think they would, I don't think most people would actually experience something like this, right? Unless maybe they are working in an office job where the building is like super corporate and have lots of elevators and stuff. But yeah, that was actually a first time for me. But the gym has been going pretty great. I've been cutting my calories a bit more too, even though I just came back from a sickness. But it's been doing pretty good. Like my lifts are still pretty much up to par before I got sick. So that's always nice to know. But yeah, let's actually talk about the last episode recap before we start here as per usual. So in the last episode, we got into Yu's route, or maybe that was like 2 episodes ago. I remember her doing, like giving us a blowjob and then we having sex. And then she pouted for some reason when we were, you know, getting close with my childhood friend, which is Ruria. And to me, that's an inexcusable attitude. I personally feel like if someone like that was my significant other, that is a red flag, guys. If they got jealous and they don't even want to see your perspective, that is definitely a red flag. Like, I'm not gonna tolerate what the fuck they want to say after that, because are you serious? Just because I am close with my childhood friend, you're gonna think that I'm cheating on you? Like, there's like obsessive, there's also like jealousy, and there's, I don't know, controlling, which is clearly what she was trying to do. And I know that they were trying to be lighthearted about it, they were also showing her pouting and whatnot, but no. Even though they were trying to make that lighthearted, that is not a lighthearted scene, guys. That is a red flag. If you see someone, if your like significant others like that, get the fuck away from them. That is a garbage attitude, and if they don't want to change it, then yeah, it's I personally think it's a relationship that's not gonna work out. Unless you want to, you know, pursue that relationship, then that's on you. But me personally, I would not be able to tolerate that attitude. I'm sorry. But yeah, I believe this is after we got like our second 8 scene, which is just a... Was it a morning blowjob? I don't even know. I don't remember what happened since it's been a week. I've also been playing a lot more Amayui, so sorry about that. I remember being very angry about this game though after that scene, so that's why that scene was still fresh in my mind. Okay, I don't know what the hell is going on, Tama-chan. Sorry about that. What was going on before this? Extract another serving for me. Yeah, so it was just an 8 scene before, as you can see. My yell was loud enough to evoke Tama-chan's wrath. This might also be our last episode for Pankatsu Akuma, by the way. Unless there's a harem route, which I don't know about. We were the offenders for once, so this time it was our turn to lower our heads in apology. So she heard us? On and on she drones. She's sitting upright, hands on her lap. For what may be the first time, she actually is acting like a teacher. Or like a dorm head, at least. Tama-chan's flaws usually only come to light when she says how she really feels about things. You, Tama-chan's actually being serious for a change, so we should listen. Wow, you really have learned to read my thoughts, haven't you?
レンのことなら何でもわかる。任せて。ほくろの数だって知ってる。
Yeah, people like this, I hate people like this. When they say they know everything about me. There is no way, like someone outside of myself will ever know more about me. Because I don't even know about myself 100%. And you got the gall to actually say that, then yeah, that's actually pretty offensive to me. When someone says something like this. I know guys, when people say stuff like this, they're sometimes not really 100% thinking about it. They just want to, you know, they just want to say it sometimes, right? They want to say they know you. But I take offense to that. And I know everything about you, down to how many hairs are in your eyelashes. Ugh. People like this, they really bother me. I mean, they bother me in the context that I have to deal with them in a visual novel, right? Because these guys are characters that I have to see again and again in the visual novel. But in real life, I would not be with these people. They would not be my friends. It's a draw. We grin at each other. So I guess to some degree, I kinda enjoy this because it makes me experience a different thing that I would not be able to experience in real life, right? But at the same time, I know that these people are going to make me angry. So yeah. I'm not sure what the contest is though.
おめえら、人の話を聞いてやがるのですか？そういえば、朝からご奉仕はどうだった？
It was awesome. Well, I was kind of saying this on my previous Let's Play actually. I was saying this on Amayui about the reason why I was so like angry towards characters in this game, right? It's because in a visual novel context, guys, one, the main character is you, right? So you're always going to be hearing his monologue. So you're always going to be in his shoes. You're always going to be dealing with him. And yeah, I feel like even if I have friends like this, as long as they understand my point of view and they don't try to change it, I wouldn't mind. Because even though me and my friends sometimes hang out, I don't deal with them 24/7, right? So all of the bullshit that's happening, that Ren is doing, that Yu is doing, I can see them back to back in like 2 hours, which I don't really see when I'm just going out with my friends and then just catching up, right? Sure, we might have different opinions and whatnot, but as long as they're not really shoving it to my face, I wouldn't be angry about it. But because I'm seeing Ren's perspective, I'm seeing you every single day, of course I'm gonna be angry because these guys actually bother me. These sort of thoughts bother me. So I hope I can, you know, what I'm saying comes across there. I don't know what Ren is saying is awesome here. Let me check. Morning service, okay. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
さあ、よかった。私もレンが喜んでくれて嬉しい。エロ趣味が役に立った。
Was that something you read in one of those books?
だから実践してみた。男の人が喜ぶからって。
I don't know which author's work she was reading, but nice job, whoever you are. You just gave us another happy morning as a couple.
レンはご奉仕が好き。ユウ、覚えた。今夜は期待してて。絶対に喜ぶと思うから。
Oh, I guess that means I'm going to have to apply myself then. I love how bold Yu has become lately. It really makes me feel like she genuinely loves me. Is it though? Is it really? As I said, if that is your form of love, I am going to deny that. No, thank you. And Tama-chan here, she's just like... Unlike me, Tama-chan is just jealous of what's going on, right? For me, I completely disregard what the fuck they're trying to do. Like, I'm probably just gonna use, like, I don't know, an earbuds or something when these guys are around. If I am going to have to deal them in the same dorm. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I'm not even excited at voice acting Ren, man. We're just like two sides of the opposite. We're just too different. And so, you and I dash out of the building with Tamachan's fire breath almost charring our heels. I guess we overdid the not taking her seriously bit this time. I decided an apology is in order when we see her again in class. As we walk down the road to school, you and I keep talking about the same topics. Oh, now this is something. For our lunch break, you and I head to the courtyard to eat together. Just the two of us. And I know I went on a rant on the last episode about how I'm gonna be a lot more selective about these visual novels, guys. But I actually probably wouldn't mind playing these visual novels again. Because whenever I'm angry, whenever I'm actually showing you guys my like emotions and my thoughts on these matters, I'm not sorry for showing my thoughts. Like, I feel bad, of course, because I do think that people that want me to play these games probably, you know, probably want to experience the same joy they play when they play these games, but I'm not gonna just change myself, you know, like, even if I don't play these games, my opinions on these games are still going to be like this, right? That's why I feel like I don't mind playing these games and showing you guys my real thoughts and opinions. For our lunch break, you and I head to the courtyard to eat together, just the two of us. Sorry for the pause there. I was like thinking whether or not I have voice acted this sentence. I'm usually the one who prepares our lunches, but this time, I had the rare privilege of letting you make it. At her request, naturally. Going on previous experiences, I was slightly worried about what disaster might await me if I said yes. But every guy wants to try eating a meal made by his girlfriend, so I caved and gave her the go-ahead.
今日はちょっと頑張ってみました。
She presents a large two-tiered lunchbox. In the first level is fried chicken, grilled fish, Japanese-style egg, sausages, and potato salad placed in a pleasant, if standard, arrangement. In the second box is an assortment of bite-sized sushi rolls wrapped in seaweed. Her attention to nutrition and color aesthetics is genuinely impressive. Oh wow, I don't even know what to start with. Most remarkably, none of it is tinted red this time. Let me say that again. None of it is red. It's true to me to focus on that aspect of what she made, I know, but it's still important. All of the love I have for her still can't suppress the heat and pain I'd suffer for her sake. Wait, does that sound poetic? I think so. Whatever, Ren. Thank you, you. But wasn't making all this hard?
レンのことを思って作ってたらすぐだった。全然嫌じゃなかった。
Ugh, my heart. You just made it flutter. Yeah, whenever stuff like this is going on, guys, I'm always like, you know? But when did you make this? We spent most of the morning getting yelled at by Tamachan.
頑張った。レンに食べてもらいたくて頑張った。
Hearing you say that makes me the happiest man to live in a century. She didn't remotely answer my question, but I won't bother making too deep of an inquiry. Demon or otherwise, I'm willing to bet women are innately capable of using magic.
食べて食べて。
No, they're not. You're delusional, Ren. Okay, here I go.
召し上がれ。たーんとお食べ。
I pick up a piece of fried chicken first. The breading is perfectly crispy. I haven't even bitten into it yet, and I can almost feel the crunch in my mouth. The color is an appetizing golden brown as well. Fried to perfection, I must say. This looks absolutely delicious. And above all, it's not red. Sorry, just have to get that out of my system. I'm not voice acting this bullshit. Spicy! Why is it so spicy? Oh god!
薄めたけどダメだったか。やはり人類のレベルに合わせるのは
I mean, yeah, just because it's not red doesn't mean it's not spicy.
はい、お水。ゆっくり飲んで。
Thanks.
ごめんね、レン。なるべく辛くないようにしたんだけど、体が勝手に。
Such bullshit. It's okay, I can tell you were really trying. As a taste tester, I can confirm that this is actually not as spicy as last time. She actually managed to adjust the spice level to a detectable extent. Good for her. I can actually say this tastes pretty good. And the awareness that she actually did her best for me makes it taste even better. I'm gonna tell you straight up, Ren, I reiterate this a lot, guys, but as I said, if people actually do their best, and this is their best, they're not doing their best. That being said, I still can't possibly eat this and be able to taste anything afterward. Well, don't worry. I know it's hard to change right away. I'm glad you made the effort to make this food, but maybe you should do it together. We should do it together next time. That would be more fun anyway.
ありがとう。だから好き。
You puts her hands up to my cheeks and hugs me hard enough to push me down. Wait, you can't do this in the middle of lunch, especially here at school, is what I would normally say, but she's just too charming to resist. I let her carry my back to the ground. You feel so nice and yet so naughty. Her calming scent fills my nose and relaxes my body. I return the embrace on her soft body. Is this gonna be an 8 scene again? Her face draws closer to mine. She looks ready to beg for something. As soon as our lips touch, I feel her reach out with her tongue. Sure, whatever you. In seconds, we're already swapping spit. Once I get a taste of Yu's, I reach out with my tongue and give her a dose of mine. You know what this game reminds me of when I play these games and then, they're trying to make this seriously? They're reminding me of hentai porn was, if you know what that is. It's basically those Korean manga ripoffs. Well, they're not really ripoffs, but they're like those Korean mangas that are mostly focused on sex with story, right? Sometimes they try to get serious, but you know for a fact that they're just trying to sell the porn. But at the very least, I can kind of see the appeal of those things, right? Because those things actually don't waste a lot of your time to get into the action, while this game does. Once the exchange is done, we pull away for a moment and see a thin string of saliva suspended between us. Yu scoops the end of it off of my lip with her finger and returns it to her mouth. And your lips are sweet. I could do this for days. I say that as I lean in for another taste. Yeah, because I feel like the story in this game is definitely not good, guys. The story isn't good, the characters aren't good. The only good thing about this game that I can safely say is just the 8 scenes. And I really don't need to know these girls to, fap to the 8 scenes, at all. Just give me a hot scene and then that's good. We're good to go. Oh man. My head's starting to go all fuzzy. You starts to move beyond the mouth, kissing lower and lower toward my collarbone. You're sucking on me too hard there. You're gonna leave a hikey if you're that intense. It is hikey, right? I never actually know how to say that word. I appreciate the sentiment, but I hope I won't regret that. That's also something that I don't understand. I don't want to mark, my significant other. They're their own person. Riri and the others would lose their minds if they saw marks like that on my neck. Plus, we have Tamachan's class every morning. If she saw marks on me that weren't there this morning, she'd definitely know what we did at school. No doubt she'd fly into a rage again.
他の女のこと考えてる。もう浮気？
Quit reading my mind already. I was thinking of something else, sure, but I'll never stray from you. I put my hand on Yu's thigh to reassure her. I ran it down her white leggings until I reached her heel. What is with this girl and the amount of no background music whenever we are doing something like this? It's so weird. Her whole body twitches in response.
私もレンだけでいい。
I feel the heat in my body rising. It may not be wise to do this under the midday sun. Still, I can't bring myself to end this moment. And with the worst or possibly best timing possible, the bell signaling the end of our break sounds.
危ない。今のは危なかった。レンの手に撫でられると気持ちよくなる。
I mean, you can probably just have sex now, to be honest, because the break is done. No one's actually gonna be here. They're gonna be inside of class. Yeah, I was about to make that mistake too. My mind kind of melted there.
あとは帰ってからにしよう。服も汚れちゃうし。
Yeah, good point. I can't stand being blueballed here, but it's just too risky to do the deed right now. But I held on to my reason this time. Good job, Conscience. You straightens out her uniform and pulls away from me. Good job, Conscience, my ass. If you actually had good conscience, you wouldn't have initiated or, do anything sexual in the first place.
そういえば、レンって私の足が好きなの？ずっと足触ってたし。
Honestly, I can't find anything not to like about them. I mean, not that there's anything I don't like about you at all. I love all of you. The truth is that her legs are a more accessible part of her to massage. As far as my preference goes, if I were to go for her chest right now, I'd have left obvious wrinkles in her shirt. I've been told that girls are extra sensitive to that. I don't want to know how Riria and the rest would react if they saw that. You?
なんでもない。それよりご飯食べよう。お昼終わっちゃうから。
I mean, yeah, for being like her boyfriend, we do think about unnecessary things, right? About how it would upset Riria and whatever. Like, what's wrong with upsetting her? You know? She's not our girlfriend, so it really shouldn't upset her. Oh, good point. So I guess to some degree, because you kind of knows what we're thinking most of the time, her being, pouty makes a bit of sense.
あと、レン、今日は先に帰っててくれる？部屋で待ってて。
I mean, I get that Ren is just being considerate of Riria, but at the same time, I really don't think Riria's feelings for us were that strong in the first place. That's something to take care of.
なんでもない。
But to be honest, guys, I really don't think any of these girls' feelings are that strong. And that probably includes Emmy, too. It's nothing again. She calmly picks up a piece of chicken with her chopsticks. I can tell from the face she's making. She's planning something. I don't need to press her for answers. If she says it's nothing, I can just leave it at that. Okay, then I'll give the food another try myself. I take a bite of the egg this time. I think I'm getting used to Yu's cooking. Maybe that's why this doesn't taste as spicy as the chicken. No, it's probably because eggs, if it's not scrambled, it just doesn't absorb as much flavor. If it's just a boiled egg, I mean. Oh my god, it's you guys probably hear the squall outside. It's been raining the past couple of days, so that's why I'm actually bringing my raincoat a lot more often now. I haven't really been bringing it during the past couple of months since it wasn't raining that much. But it's been raining a lot again. And yeah, sometimes you can probably hear the noise of the rain get picked up by the microphone.
レンレンレご主人様起きて
Oh, sorry about that. I feel a nudge on my shoulder. Someone is pushing my body back and forth.
ご主人様早く起きてくれないと私が困ります
The pushing is getting stronger now. Consciousness slowly filters into my head, clearing away the bright, fluffy dream I was having. Immediately, I understand who's rocking me back and forth. Ugh. You?
はいご主人様ゆうですよ目が覚めましたか
It's you. Oh, I remember now. She told me to wait in my room. I did sit down and wait when we got here, but I started to feel sleepy while I waited. And now I see I nodded off entirely. Oops. Sorry. I didn't mean to fall asleep.
いいえご主人様起こして申し訳ありませんでした
Actually, I should thank you for waking me. Alright, guys. They're really just going straight for the 8 scenes, bro. Like, I thought that at least we were gonna get a sprite with her in the maid outfit, but no, they just go straight for the CG. Okay, I'm not gonna voice act this, so you know the drill. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. People on Patreon, enjoy. People on YouTube, if you guys want to see these scenes, go to Patreon. As I said, I personally just cannot do this. These 8 scenes are not interesting enough for me, man. The problem is that these 8 scenes are just too normal. In a Nukige where the crazy scenes are actually like interesting, I wouldn't mind reading those. But then again, as I said, guys, I'm kind of a freak when it comes to like seeing Nukiges and whatnot. These scenes are just too boring for me. I mean, I can still fap to them, don't get me wrong. But voice acting these, they're just like, whatever, you know? Alright. People on Patreon, enjoy, as I said. And we're back. So, unlike typically, I was actually here throughout most of the 8 scene. Mostly because I was like on my phone searching for a laptop. My sister wanted to buy one, so I was like searching for secondhand laptops and whatnot. For her use case, she doesn't really need anything too specific. Nothing too powerful. Just like thin and light. But yeah. After I was done, I was also like going through the VNDB page and the discussion page. So I kind of got spoiled, but it seems that there is no harem ending on the first game. The harem ending is only on the second game. And like the last topic on the discussion page on VNDB, actually, so there's like a poll on who the best girl is. It seems the majority says that Miyabi-senpai is the best girl. And second is actually Yu. I don't know why Yu is popular. I can understand why Miyabi-senpai is popular. Her chemistry with Ren isn't too bad. But Yu being popular, I don't understand why that is. The least popular one, at least in the main heroines, is actually Emi, with 14 votes. Second one is Riria. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to me, the votes on VNDB. Third one is actually Arlen. As for the like favorite sub-heroine, it's Reika-san. I guess they're just judging this based on not personality whatsoever and just by art. Because I don't understand why like Yu is so high up and then Emi is so low. I actually do like Emi's route. And you know, her personality isn't really that bad, but maybe it might be annoying to some people. But yeah, that 8 scene was lengthy. That's all I can say. It wasn't really anything that I care for personally. Like, it's hot to see her in a maid outfit, I guess, but that's about all I can say. The first H scene, she like gets us off with her feet in stockings because Ren was saying about how, we like thighs and whatnot. But yeah, second one was just a typical Ren being a bit forceful towards her. Well, not really forceful, but more like he likes teasing her, I guess. But yeah, that was about it for the H scene. It was very lengthy though, probably about 50 minutes or something. So I've been recording for about an hour 26 minutes, and I don't know how long that scene was, or how long I've been recording beforehand. The throes of lovemaking finally over, we find ourselves cuddling in bed. Recently, sleeping together in the same bed has become a much more common occurrence for us. So I'm guessing this is probably gonna be the last episode for Pankatsu Akuma, guys. I would probably play the fan disc at some point, but I just don't know when. Yu claims that sleeping by herself is too cold and lonely. At the very least, I do think the harem route fits more in the game than just these individual routes because none of these characters actually need individual routes in my opinion. And honestly, I wouldn't turn down the chance to spend more time with her.
今日の例はすごく興奮してた。メイド服は当たりだった。
I've seen you in Japanese style clothes so often, that maid outfit was just the right change of pace.
レンじゃないみたいだった。ワイルドで激しかった。
I could say the same for your personality when you were all dressed up. You were so desperate for attention, I couldn't believe you were the one saying all those things.
将来の妻としてはいろいろとご奉仕を覚えないといけない。足はどうだった？
Yeah, they were also a role-playing master or servant or whatever. I really don't care about that, to be fair. In a word, superb. I almost want to ask her to do it again sometime. But my dignity as a man might be in jeopardy if I do that.
でも次のプレイを考えないといけない。奥さんは大変。
And I owe you my thanks for all your hard work, baby. Ugh. She might say it's hard, but her face tells me that she enjoys this.
でもね、レン、ちょっと言いたいことがある。
She pinches slightly at my nipples. Ow! What do you want, baby? Fuck you, Ren. Ugh. If I actually call my significant other baby, then I'd definitely be brainwashed.
メイド服に精液かけすぎ。あれ、洗うの大変なんだから。
Sorry, I couldn't help it. In more ways than one. Yeah, she was also saying about how we should, maybe think about using a condom, and Ren was like, yeah, I really should be using a condom, but nope. We went bareback on our first H scene, so I do think it was stupid of Ren of even thinking about using condoms at this point.
繊細な衣服なの？あれ、普通に洗濯機にかけたら繊維が傷む。だからお風呂で揉み洗いしないといけない。しかもみんなに見つからないように。
Why do you not want the other people to notice? Like, who cares? They know that you guys are together. Like, who cares if you guys have sex? Yeah, letting the others see that is more trouble than it's worth.
レンの精液を洗うところをみんなに見せるの？しかも私たちのエッチなお汁がたくさんついてるんだよ。
Why is she suddenly being so embarrassed about this, being so shy?
匂いとかもムワーってするんだから。
Alright. Yeah, it'd be really bad if they noticed that. I apologize, but can't suppress a smile growing in my face. Knowing the effect of our sex session had on the sheets and her clothes just does that to me. There's something cute about how she's so concerned about that right after we just did the deed. That, and the fact that she wants to keep how much I came on her a secret from the others. I get the impression that this may be a facet of her impulse to monopolize me. Oh crap, she saw me smiling about that. Hey, I know. I shouldn't be smiling or laughing at that. Forgive me.
いや、ギュッてしてくれたら許してあげる。
Here you go. Ugh. I don't wait to wrap my arms around her and pull her into my embrace. At the same time, I reach up to pat her head.
許してあげる。
It's nice to have such an understanding wife. I pat her head some more.
いや、
Hmm?
なんでもない。私にはあまり似合わないかも。
Imitating a cat to me is freaky, guys. But if you're into that, who cares? But to me, it's freaky.
私的に今回のメイドさんは合ってたと思う。
Definitely. Who is the best?
じゃあ、またしてあげるね。
She whispers sweetly into my ear. Just hearing her speak that way fills me with joy.
今日はいっぱいエッチしたから眠くなった。もう寝る。
Okay. Good night, you.
おやすみ、レン。
Oh, that was quick. She worked her ass off to please me today. I softly stroke her hair. Sleep well, you. You deserve the rest. Sleep talking already? Funny how I'm even in her dreams these days. Good night. I hope you shows up in my dreams tonight as well. Slumber gradually takes me away as I gaze at you sleeping face. I actually had a dream, like a really weird dream actually. So I was strangling like a dog because I was being hunted. So like when the dog actually found me, I was actually strangling it and killing it. It was really weird. It was so lucid too. I woke up because of that. I'm like, what the fuck? What is this weird ass dream? I don't necessarily think I'm a like pet hater, but I just like I'm indifferent towards them. I don't like them, I don't dislike them, but I know for a fact that I don't love them.
レン、レン、起きて。
I feel something lightly poking into me.
レン、起きないと耳ハグハグするよ。
We got the animation in the H scene by the way, so I don't think this is gonna be an H scene. Our last H scene is probably gonna be the after story.
はんはん、はんはん。
You. Wow.
もう、本当に起きない。前は私のことを起こしてくれたのに。
True, usually it's her that's actually sleeping a lot more soundly.
仕方ない。こうなったら強行手段を取る。
You're gonna suck my dick again? Hmm? Something feels soft. Okay. As I said, I do think the 8 scenes are done until we get to the after story. I open my eyes. And there I see you as always. Good morning.
おはよう。起きてない。まだ寝ぼけてる。
Yeah. My mind still won't make complete thoughts. That is, I'm still just really sleepy. Screw it. I'm not done sleeping.
なんでまた寝るの？
I hear her protest, but I ignore it. Sleeping in after waking up once is the best feeling in the world. I do like that too, before. But lately, well, there was a period of time like last year where I was always, when I first wake up, I'm like, you know, instantly in a very active mood. But lately I've been sleeping in again too. After I wake up, I piss, I do something for a bit, and then I sleep again. And I can't disagree with Ren, it's actually a really nice feeling. I let the darkness creep over my consciousness again. And that's actually when you lucid dream a lot more often, guys. After you, like, wake up from your long slumber and then you sleep again. I don't know why that happens, but to me, that's when I lucid dream more often.
レン、起きて。みんな起きてきちゃう。
She starts pushing and shoving me. I feel my body swing to and fro, but I keep my eyes closed. I'm sure you will jar me awake when I absolutely need to get out of bed.
朝食は2人でって約束したのに、そろそろ怒るよ。
Can do that tomorrow. It's not like we don't share like every day together. She's too nice to do anything to me. And she looks cute when she's mad anyway, so that's a plus for me.
ピコピコーン。ここでお嫁さん権限を使います。
What does that mean? I've never heard her mention that before. What? Once again, I feel her lips on me. I know that's what I'm feeling because I've experienced it so many times already. These are used lips. You know, you could just slap me awake. I feel her saliva flowing drop by drop into my mouth. This too is something I'm already accustomed to swallowing. Guys, we haven't brushed our teeth yet. This is disgusting. Yeah, cold. My eyes fly open in shock. Well, when I'm actually like still sleepy, I probably wouldn't be thinking about disgusting or not. But if I'm awake, of course I'm not gonna kiss my wife early in the morning before I brush my teeth. Good morning, you. Get out the sing-song voice. What was that freezing cold stuff? Probably disgusting. Pretty nice, actually. Better than a spoonful of shaved ice at the summer festival. I'd almost forgotten that you is a Yuki-onna. It's easy to forget that when we constantly behave like a typical human couple. Demon or not, she hasn't used any special skills or magic since the day I met her. Though I do remember that handkerchief she lent me at the beach being frozen to the touch. Oh crap, I'm sorry. I couldn't resist the temptation to go back to sleep. I mean, he did come 4 times or something crazy, so kinda makes sense. Oh, that'd be a problem. Well, let's get ready then. Roger. She shuts the door behind her. I wake myself up the rest of the way while she plots back to her room. I stretch and release a long yawn. Ugh, so sleepy. You and I really went at it last night. The door opens with a click. Yes, ma'am. She's got my number. I think we're the only ones who would ever get up this early. It's only 6 o'clock. This hour of the morning is reserved just for us and our breakfast. We used to eat with everyone else until recently. I don't really mind that, but what brought this about? It's not really a set rule, but we usually eat as a group here. That's just kind of what we do in this place, as it were. Okay. Oh, sorry. My keyboard is double clicking again. Yeah, pretty much. She's jumping the gun a bit with that logic, but I'm not in agreement anyway. I already seem to be in that mindset myself anyway. I'm such a love-drunk little girl sometimes. Do they? Yeah, you do get pretty much thinking about them a lot more than you should be, to be honest, Renan. I mean, I would probably think about my childhood friend too, but sometimes he does think about them a bit too often. Oh, that's a bit much though. That is obsessive. You can't possess me, that's weird.
私もレンだけ見る。
I don't need that. I guess my love-drunk side is no match for hers. There's only one answer that comes to mind. She knows perfectly well that I don't even bother looking at the other girls that way. But I know she means no harm in her desire to monopolize me. In fact, knowing that she wants to actually makes me really happy. I love that she's so frank about these things. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. From now on, we'll eat our meals apart from the others. I shyly stammer out my agreement. So now, we wake up early together and make our breakfast before the others. Once we finish eating, we work together on everyone else's share. Some might say it's really not necessary to look after the others. But I'm only here as Tama-chan's assistant, officially speaking. If I were to go back to my old place, I wouldn't be able to live with you anymore.
はい、レンの分。
Thanks. Ooh, this looks great. The meals you make are generally in the traditional Japanese style. She sometimes dabbles in more Western dishes, but that's relatively uncommon. This morning, she's gone with rice, miso soup, bone-in mackerel, and a side of boiled spinach mixed with soy sauce and other stuff. It's actually a pretty well-balanced meal. Maybe you need a bit more protein though, and a bit more veggies. Because a side of boiled spinach, I don't think that's gonna be a lot. I usually like eat about maybe like 150 grams of spinach. Because usually when I eat spinach, I boil it with some, some chicken bouillon, and then some corn, and then some, I make it into a soup. And usually I would boil about 300 to 350 grams of spinach. Because, it's not a lot. Once spinach actually, what's the word? Limps down, they're actually not that much, right? But yeah, I do like spinach quite a lot. They're pretty easy on the stomach. She's even managed to control her spiciness impulse to a level where I can actually eat what she makes. Pretty much everything she makes fundamentally tastes good. But I'm mostly satisfied as long as her rice and miso soup don't set my mouth on fire. Well, that makes everything.
いただきます。
We clap our hands in prayer and go to work with our chopsticks. I can't believe I actually tried to voice act that.
今日のご飯はどう？
Great as always. You clean up great as a wife. You clean up great as a wife? What does that mean?
別に今更褒められても嬉しくない。
That sing-song voice tells me otherwise. Sing-song. That is also the first time I've ever seen that sort of, word. Is that an actual word or is that just a weird thing that Ren's saying? But if she appreciates the praise, I don't need to pursue the point. The food is good, and that's what matters.
レン、今日の放課後は空いてる？
Not really. What's up?
じゃあ一緒に買い物しよう。
I'm actually gonna save here because I know we're gonna be ending soon, and the movie is gonna fuck up my game. Do you have anything specific in mind? I ask as I chew my food. Flaky and delicious. The mackerel is flawless.
そろそろ食材が切れたから買い足そうかと思って。お醤油が切れそうだし、サラダに使う野菜も夏だから早めに使い切っちゃうから。
Ah, fair point. I'll carry the bags then.
ありがとう。
I mostly order my stuff online nowadays, guys. They're not even, all that more expensive than just buying to a traditional market. Look at us, still teenagers and already running a household like pros. We practically hit married couple status before the wedding. It's almost like everyone else in the dorm is our children. And over here anyway, if you get some bad products, you can kind of give the complaint to the marketplace. And usually they would send in new products that are a fresh batch. So that's why I don't really mind just buying from online. I might say Yu has grown accustomed to the newly wed wife role. Though at the moment, it's more or less identical to mine as the husband.
レンは何か食べたいものある？リクエストがあれば聞く。かも。
Something I want to eat, huh? There are things Yu doesn't like to make, but pretty much everything I like falls in her strike zone. But while her skill varies based on the food in question, she's technically better at it than I am. Well, I haven't had curry in a while. I've had curry so much because I was sick, and I still am not sick of it. I love curry, guys.
超辛でいい？
Don't put me through hell again. Another typical peaceful morning overall. Even though this music's playing, I don't think this is gonna be an 8 scene. Jeez, they don't even say the like there in the localization. Again, we're having our midday break. We've already finished eating and moved on to our makeout session. And yet again, the moment our lips found each other, our tongues are entwined. Remember guys, too much of everything is gonna ruin you. That includes these sexual things. We hungrily exchange and drink each other's saliva. Every time our lips part, a thread or two of it keeps us connected. That hot, sweet breath. I'm sure we have plenty left to learn from each other about kissing. We might have had plenty of sex by now, but making out by itself is a sensual experience.
ごちそうさま。レン。
Do we really have to do it at school though? I should say the same to you. Delicious as always.
もうすぐ昼休みが終わっちゃう。
She checks the time on her phone to confirm just as the first bell rings, driving her point home. Shall we then? I start to pack away our lunchbox and chopsticks. I was the one who made our lunch, by the way, but it was plenty satisfying regardless.
いや、
We've been getting really rebellious lately, you know that?
だってもっとレンと一緒にいたい。
Aren't we in the same class anyway?
他の女の子もいる。
Well now, we're back to this. First at that hill by the sea, then this morning, and now here. I'm already fully aware of how jealous she gets by this point. I've come to learn that Yu is remarkably possessive. The instant another girl happens to enter my field of vision, Yu's mood turns sour. I don't even intend to look at the girl in question, it just happens. Where my eyes go isn't something I can hope to completely control, that's still a problem for her. At school or at the dorm, her attitude toward that is the same. This helps to explain why she's been all over me, even when we have some time alone. I just want to avoid fouling her mood as much as possible. Or you know, maybe if she isn't such a prick, you wouldn't have this sort of issue. I obviously have no intention of ever betraying her love for me. Look, Yu, we're both still students. Our duty is to study and first and foremost.
それは分かってる。
She nods twice with a that's obvious look in her face. Yeah, we want to study. There's been no studying in this game whatsoever. So let's just go to class, okay?
いや、ここでレンと一緒にいる。もっとイチャイチャする。
Her face reddens as the truth comes out. What is this adorable creature in front of me? Then I'll have to use my privilege as a husband.
おう、何を使うの？
If you come with me back to class, I'll let you use my lap as a pillow later. Maybe one more push will do the trick. I'll even throw a head rub or two into the deal.
レン、早く教室に戻ろう。授業始まっちゃうから。
That really enough to actually make you, you know, not foul anymore? Your mood? So weird. You didn't even take long to think about it. Before I know it, Yu has snatched the lunchbox from my hands and is walking back toward the building.
はよ。レン、はよ。
Okay, I'm coming. As usual, it's you who drags me everywhere. Never the other way around. That's okay. I like it this way. After school, you and I walk shoulder to shoulder through the shopping district as evening approaches. As always, the shopkeepers are hard at work, voices competing for our attention. This is the reason why I don't like these games though. You guys realize, right? Throughout our whole episode, we never talked to anyone except for this produce trader and you.
おまけつく？
Like, this game just doesn't have development, you know? Once we get into a route, it's just fixated on that girl specifically. It's like everyone else just doesn't exist. Well, we talked to Tama, but for like, what, 5 minutes?
じゃあ、よそへ行く。
You curtly dismisses him and turns to walk past him.
そりゃないよ、若奥様。
Waka Oksama is like young wife, so he's trying to, you know, flatter her. Aha! Got her attention. She looks pleased.
わかった。お嬢ちゃんには負けた。トマトもつけよう。
何個？
1個？
Huh? Even for a bonus, that's like garbage. Who gives you just one tomato as a bonus?
今後も頑張ってください。
Wait.
Just give me like half a kilo or something. Well, that's maybe a bit too much. Maybe like 100 grams. The man reaches out, pleading, almost ready to cry.
3個。これでどうだい、チクショミ。
なら買う。くださいな。
ありがとうござい
He's way too happy about this. But holy crap, my wife is amazing.
ます。じゃあ、この子は絶対に捕まえた方が離すなよ。いいお前さん。いや、母ちゃんになるぜ。
He grasps my shoulders with a serious expression and gives me a rather obvious bro-type advice. Gives me a rather obvious bro-type advice. I guess maybe you don't need an A there. Yeah, of course. Man, she reminds me of my dear old mom. What a catch. I hear him say as I look back, walking away in Yu's wake.
いい買い物をした。これで夏野菜カレーができる。
Veggie curry? Why the hell would I make a veggie curry if I'm not vegan? Yeah, I bet. I mean, I don't doubt there can be some good veggie curry out there. But, you know, I don't really get the point of just veggie curry, to be honest, unless you're vegan. These guys are clearly not vegan, so I don't understand why they would just make veggie curry. You need the protein, my boy. Too bad we had to sacrifice our grocer's dignity and livelihood for it.
あとはあっさりめにお肉はシーチキンにして。
How is it veggie curry if there's actually tuna? I don't understand. Ah, you really means business. He knows that in tourist traps like this, shopping streets full of local businesses are the lifeblood of the town. It follows that to grab the best deals in the marketplace, it's a good idea to be familiar with the shopkeepers. As soon as you start to consider it her job as a wife to shop here, she made doing so a priority. And now, wherever she goes, she gets freebies and discounts left and right. We're already basically a married couple. All we're missing is a pair of rings. It does make me a bit self-conscious as a student that this is the case, but it's not a bad thing by any means. I don't mind every other person here telling me what a great catch she is. But that's not the only thing that they tell me. She's got you wrapped around her finger is another one I hear often. I'm already aware of that myself.
やっぱりナース服が好きなんだ。
You stares at me with a look of mild shock. Sorry, what were we talking about?
次のコスプレ。裸エプロンかナース服。
Nothing but an apron. You can just call it what she said, the naked apron. Sorry, I wasn't listening at all. And the apron choice is better.
わかった。それなら納得できる。よかった。もう少しでレンを変態扱いするところだった。
The nurse outfit is a lot more of a hentai than the freaking naked apron? How would choosing the nurse outfit make me more of a pervert? I don't know. Because I guess you're more specific? They're both typical cosplay outfits. I don't see how one is so much different from the other. And don't you go putting down nurse cosplay, you. Also, what was with the I knew it? Now I feel insulted.
買うものも買ったし、帰ろうか。
Okay, sure.
すぐ夏休みだね、レン。
Oh yeah. The days seem to have flown by since we first met. Yet every one of those days have been memorable, packed with all kinds of fun and action. It wouldn't be so bad if things were to stay this way forever. Or so I think to myself as we walk to the front door.
入ろう。ご飯作っちゃわないとみんながお腹空かせて帰ってくるよ。
You got it. And so we head into the kitchen right away and start cooking. When dinner time rolls around, the curry is quite well received, so to speak. Everyone loves it except for the heat level. I think I've really developed a tolerance for our food. Surprised we're not at the end game of this route yet. Maybe this is gonna be the last scene. Once post-dinner cleanup is taken care of, you and I spend some time together in my room. Well, I suppose there's not much different about that from the rest of the day. We haven't been apart since we woke up.
では、約束を果たしていただきます。
I promise you something?
レンはすぐそうやって私をじらすテクニシャン。
I'm sorry, but I honestly can't remember any promise.
膝枕なでなでチュー。
Okay, I know you just added the kissing part.
しっかり覚えてる。次やったらお姫様抱っこのけ。
Hey, sorry, I remember. I'm just messing with you. Somehow, I doubt carrying her that way counts as a punishment. I sit down on the bed and pat my thigh. Well, here you go.
お邪魔します。
Yu sits on the bed and lays her head on my lap. Feels nice to have her there.
やっぱりレンの膝はいい。心が洗われる。
They're reusing a CG, I think. I think this was when she gave us that blowjob, but I forgot where it was. It has that effect?
心の選択。日々の疲れの癒し。大事。
Yu rubs her face in for good measure. I can feel her body relaxing next to mine. Times like this really highlight how cat-like my lovely wife can be. I scratch lightly at her chin. Oh, now you're a cat girl.
雪女ですか？
What a flat response.
ほんと休まる。ここが私の帰る場所だって思える。それに、レンを独占できる貴重な時間。私にとって大切。
Same here. Yu isn't the only one with the desire to monopolize. I get that feeling too. She knows this. That's why she keeps saying I'm the only one for her. She knows that it delights me to hear it. And indeed it does. I love her just as much as she loves me. I've known for a while now that we share the same feelings for each other. Yu.
何？
I reached out and stroked my fiance's head. Cool to the touch, but also warm. I run my fingers through her long, silky hair. The words leave my lips before I realize what I'm saying. Yu, I really love you. Sure.
知ってるよ。
She closes her eyes. She looks so peaceful. It's almost as if she's asleep. However, her heart tells me otherwise. I can feel it pounding through her skin, on my legs. A little faster than normal, harder, just barely, yet still gentle. Maybe she's a little excited. That's a happy thought. Doubt me that my words have that effect on her after all.
レンは私のことが好き。私もレンが好き。私はレンがいい。レンがいればそれでいい。
You're all I want in my life too, you. When we eventually leave this dorm, we'll most likely be forced to part with everyone else here. It's not the most pleasant thought. Quite sad, really. I'm sure we'll all have trouble holding back tears over the end of our time here. However, I look at the girl on my lap. I think I'll be fine as long as I have her by my side. I mean, being in this dorm together was a weird thing in the first place anyway, Ren. with her hand in mine.
少し寝ようかな。
Feel free. I'm not too far from dozing off myself.
ありがとう。
I hear her breath slow gradually to a low, sleepy pace, while her heartbeat does much the same. Okay, now it's my turn. Just as I turn to let her head down and go prone, her phone rings. You. I prod her shoulder. Your phone's ringing.
このまま寝る。
What if it's an emergency? I thought the other person would have hung up by now, but it continues to ring instead. No sleeping is happening until this is resolved. I certainly don't feel sleepy anymore.
仕方ない。出る。
Here. I grab the phone and pass it to her.
はい。もしもし。
I leave her to it and take a moment to stretch. Well, now that we're both awake, I might as well heat up the bath for us. Alright, we have homework today too. It's a real pain to do it now, but it has to be done sometime. Might as well do it together since Hugh is up. Hugh's sudden change in tone snaps me out of my reverie.
だって。
Oh, sorry about that.
そうじゃないけど。
What, you're gonna go back to the mountains? Hugh's body has begun to tremble. She can't be cold, can she? No, definitely not. This is emotional. Something's got her genuinely stressed out. What did the person on the other side of the line tell her? Whatever it is, it's dire enough to elicit a physical response.
わかった。
The line beeps to signal the end of the call. After hanging up, Yu's hand falls limply to the bed, phone still in hand. Yu? Yu? What happened?
大丈夫。
Yu. It doesn't take a mind reader to know that everything is not fine. But I can tell she won't give me a real answer even if I press her. Tonight, for the first time since we became a couple, we don't share the bed. I mean, that's normal! That's normal to not share a bed. Yu goes back to her own room and sleeps there instead. Yu? Yu? You're zoning out.
ごめん。
Yu has been like this ever since that phone call. She floats around in a daze all day, and just replies with a non-committal to any question I ask her. This is the first time I've ever seen her act this way, and I'm genuinely at a loss for what to do.
おはよ
Oh, Riria, you're up early? I mean, you can probably just guess, you can probably deduce what the hell she actually was, the phone call was about, Rin. I feel like whenever we play these games, we just turn off our brain. It's like the main character can't think.
う。今日は目が覚めちゃって。ゆうちゃんまだなの？
Yeah.
そっか。
Riria does me the favor of not inquiring any further. I have to appreciate how considerate she is.
レン君、 ゆうちゃんのこと支えてあげてね。私の大事な友達だから。
Okay, she didn't say the second part actually. Of course. Leave it to me, Riria. She may be your friend, but she's also my lover. I have no intention of letting anyone down, her least of all. The first order of business is to extract an answer from you about what's wrong. I reason with myself and make plans while I shovel my breakfast into my mouth. I know I didn't make any mistakes with the food today, yet somehow it tastes bland this time. It's not as satisfying as it should be.
おやすみなさい、レン。
Yeah, good night. I can't believe they're just gonna spring this to us at the very end of the game and then it's just gonna get resolved instantly, isn't it? The whole day has gone by and I haven't been able to ask you about it even once. She still responds when spoken to and still eats her meals normally. But nothing she says betrays any hints as to what's worrying her. More than anything, I'm frustrated with myself for not being able to do anything to help. Well, at least we're spending the night in the same bed this time. If anything, that tells me that Yuso wants to spend as much time with me as she can. I can derive at least a little bit of happiness from that, knowing that her feelings for me are still the same. Sweet dreams, you. If only I could do something to make things right again. Chirping is the only sound that reaches my ears. The energetic chattering of the birds outside rouses me awake. Quite the effective alarm clock, all things considered. But lately, it just feels sad to wake up this way. This is all wrong. You used to wake me up every morning only days ago. Now she's fast asleep at my side. It seems I'm only up because I've become a light sleeper lately. Still, at least I get the chance to see her in this unusual defenseless position. Even in her sleep, she can't stop saying my name. I can't stand not knowing what's got her so stressed. What would cause her to stop giving me straight answers to my questions? How am I supposed to help her? Obviously, I don't expect her to hear an answer. Yet somehow, as if on cue, faint, adorable words trickle from her lips. Somebody's having a nice dream. Even in her sleep, she knows what she likes. Good to know that hasn't changed. I mean, I like sex just as much, of course. Actually, now that I think about it, we've been making out and fooling around plenty lately, but we haven't actually done the deed in a while. I've been suppressing my desire to do it as long as she's been in this mental state. So I guess that's had a more or less opposite effect. From a common sense point of view, that's highly unlikely, I think. Not that common sense usually applies to her, really. Have you been thinking about having sex with me this whole time? I poke her bubbly cheek as I ask, still not expecting an answer. It's a stupid question anyway. Yet as if wanting to respond, her sleep talk grows slightly clearer. Clearly, she's actually doing this, intentionally. She's probably embarrassed or something if you, talk to her directly. After muttering my name, she turns over onto her back. We're gonna have another 8 scene? What the fuck? You? Huh? This is like the most 8 scene we got so far? What is going on? Oh, patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. I did not expect this to be an 8 scene. I mean, her boobs are clearly out there and this is an HCG, so... What the? How long is this route gonna be? Is this gonna be the longest route so far? Interesting. Well, I'll see you guys on YouTube later. People on Patreon, enjoy. What the fuck? Are we done? I actually was here like throughout the whole 8 scene. It was hot at the beginning, but after you actually, woke up and she started like blaming Ren for what's going on instead of being honest with herself, it actually put me off. God, his personality is so garbage. Like that wouldn't have happened if she wasn't even like, tempting us with that false pretense of being asleep in the first place. It feels gross with how soaked the sheets are. But yeah, we're back, people. That was, I think, another like 40-minute 8 scene. Yeah, just about, I'd say. But sharing this space with you right now is pleasant enough not to care about that. I weakly turn my head to bring my lips to hers. So after all this, is just everything gonna be okay? Since I don't understand what's the point of this 8 scene, really. Or what's the point of, not even having sex in the first place. Wanna do it again? We lock lips. A final kiss marks the end of our day. We never left this room. Hey, they did that for the whole day. The sound of chirps fills the air. I awake to the sound of birdsong. Again. With it comes a brief moment of deja vu. But there's one key difference between yesterday morning and this one.
おはよう。ねん
You. The sight of you lying on top of me. She isn't just lying next to me the way she was the past few mornings. She's got her smile back.
ねんちゃんと挨拶。
She scolds me with annoyed, puffed out cheeks. Yep, that's the you I know. Good morning, you. I reached out and stroked her silky hair. Yeah, after that HC, I feel like my mood definitely soured a bit more. Because this girl has a bad personality, guys. Running my fingers between the locks elicits a contented grin.
やっぱりレンのそばは落ち着く。スリスリ。スリスリ。
Seeing her puts me at ease just the same. Call it a mutual exchange of calmness. Until yesterday, Yu was hardly even giving me more than one word per sentence. But now she can make faces like this again. I had no idea what had caused her demeanor to change so drastically. But perhaps now I'll get an explanation. Hey you, would you tell me what's been worrying you for the past few days? If it's something you can tell me, I'd like to hear it. I don't know if I can help you with it, but I'd like to all the same. But I want to at least try. I just want to know if I can. Didn't even say that. This localization sucks. Her expression gives what's this crazy guy talking about kind of vibe. Come on, you, don't do that to me. I mean, come on, you know?
No?
You hardly said a word to me the whole time. You've had your head in the clouds all week. I did everything I could to hear some kind of human response from you, and I got nothing.
そっか。
She nods to herself over and over. I can tell that there's an answer in that head of hers somewhere, waiting to get out.
つまりレンは寂しかったんだ。私に構ってもらえなくて。
Huh? No, that's not it exactly. Weren't we talking about Yu's problems, not mine? Well, yeah, that's true. I give up and nod. Yeah, this personality of hers is really bothering me. What a bitch. No use denying it. She's right that I was craving her attention.
ごめんね。レン黙ってて。
Have you finally decided to tell me what's going on then?
別に黙ってたわけじゃないけど、言うのを忘れてた。というか、考え事してて大変だった。大変だった。
I'm still waiting to hear any of it. So are you ready to let me in on it?
来週お母さんが来るの。
That's it? What? It's kind of a big deal to just say with no prefacing or build-up. Sorry, could you say that for me again?
だから来週お母さんがレンの顔を見にこっちへ来るの。
Aha, a little more pertinent information. Wait, hold on a second. This is my first time hearing about this.
言ってなかったから。
Ever the one with a few words, my wife. Man, I am so over this game, bro. That scene was making me really, really annoyed. God, Yu is such a bad heroine. Yeah, the people who play this game and actually like her, they definitely just think with their dicks. So wait, that's why you've been lost in thought this whole time?
レンをどうかっこよく紹介しようか悩んでて。そしたらぼーっとしてた。いかにレンが私に優しくて、いろいろしてくれてかっこよくて、あと優しいか解説しようと思ってた。つまりスピーチの原稿を考えたみたいな。
Yes. At least our priorities are in order. Us being engaged is what really brought us together in the first place. An adult could easily wave off our relationship as being born off adolescent delusions of love. Well, I guess that's not entirely wrong, but it's an easy excuse for a parent to refuse to accept this. Worst case scenario, it means you would be dragged back to her hometown. Despite this threat, her main concern was centered around me. Huh. What a unique thought pattern my dear wife-to-be has. You, I think we've spoken before about being forthcoming about these things.
言った。私たちの約束。
You didn't tell me? Then why would you have kept me in the dark about this? I'd really have preferred to brainstorm together. Her eyes widen in mild surprise for an instant. Then she nods repeatedly in agreement.
そうだった。私たちはちゃんと話し合うんだった。
Yeah, so the promise that you make with me is like garbage, right? Since it's just a verbal promise. I got it. Exactly. Also, you know I'm not that nice. Especially not after I took you for granted and did what I did to you yesterday. That's just because she was tempting you, you garbage of a human being, you retard. God, this guy is pissing me off. Like, there's no way a girl would just say okay when you know we're saying, can I use your mouth when she's asleep? This guy is just pissing me off now.
それはもう許したから終わり。私はレンが好き。レンは私が好き。あと、私はエッチが好き。レンにしてもらうのはすごく好き。その他はない。
God, this route is the worst. No wonder I did you last, you. You're garbage. You both fit each other because you're both trash. I was just short of saying end of discussion. Clearly, I have no right to force the issue.
というか、すごい気持ちよかったし。そもそも旦那さんの射精管理ができてない時点で私の失態。
Serious?
っていうエロ漫画知識
Do you mean to say it out loud?
ともかく
Yes. It turns up right to level her eyes with mine.
レンのおちっぽは私のものだから私の中に帰ってきただけ
Yeah, we're not gonna talk about the mom anymore because she's just trying to derail the conversation.
私の心と体はレンのものだから一緒になっただけ OK?
No. Is that how it works?
なんだったっけ
Fuck this bitch. Yep, that's my you. Yeah, the garbage girl that you like and love. The one who can lead me anywhere by my nose. All because I live to see the smile. So this route is just Ren simping over you for no good reason. To you? With a cute, curious tone, she cocks her head sideways. Just once, can I take this chance to act cool?
どういうこと
I've been wanting to do this for a while. You've been the one to lead me in this relationship. Just done everything for me, not the other way around. I'm gonna save my game because we're probably gonna be at the end here. That actually have... No, yeah, it actually has a CG of my dick for some weird reason. You guys see that, right? Even though this is technically... There's no dick there! Why is there a blue... You know? A white beam of destruction? The kanji in her name means kindness, and the name certainly fits. You've always been, well, the considerate one between the two of us. I feel like I haven't been able to do the same for you. Now I bet I can. I want to catch up on that. I want to return every favor I owe her. She deserves a response from me. She deserves for me to mirror her feelings. Naturally, that means I need to give her the greatest gift I can think of. I know I have the right to do this, so I just have to take the chance. Let me talk to your mother myself. And wait, what? Is that something else? I want to declare how I feel about you, and to ask for your hand in marriage directly. Yu's eyes fly wide open. I want to prove to her that I'm worthy of you. I'll do anything to accomplish that. Never want to have to part from you. Neither in body nor in heart will I ever let her go. I want to be the one to protect this girl lying on top of me. And more than anything, wherever I am, I want her by my side. I want her to always know how I feel, or so I think as I gaze deeply into her eyes. I'm totally into this character, guys. these two, bro. You?
わかるよレンの気持ち伝わってくる
Yeah, you guys were meant for each other. You guys are garbage, as I said. Can't believe I'm here for the ride to see your dumpster fire of a romance.
大好きずっと一緒にいようね
Yeah.
でもレンは一つだけ勘違いしてるそれが私には許せない
What am I misunderstanding?
レンはたくさんのものを私にくれたあなたとの日々を思い出すだけで胸が温かくなる笑ってる顔困ってる顔私とエッチしてる時の顔どれもすぐに思い出せるたくさんくれただからお互い様
Okay, fair enough. I can accept that. Guess we're even then. So this relationship hasn't been one-sided after all. I guess I can say I've given her more than just my body heat after all. Sure. A giggly smile spreads over her lovely face again. Seeing her like this makes me feel like I can do anything. Come whenever you like, mother-in-law I have yet to meet. I'll make your precious daughter the happiest woman in the world, I swear it. Yeah. Definitely really wanna read your sentences, Ren. Your script. I'm confident that I can. So we're gonna... Okay, I was gonna say, are we gonna end without actually seeing her mom? But I guess we do need an epilogue. Hey you, do we know where my tie is?
ねこっち閉めてあげるからこっち来て
In one of her rare moments of panic, Yu calls me over, tie in hand. That's right, today's the day that her mother is coming. The panic, however, comes less from her arrival and more from the fact that she's coming much earlier than originally planned. I've taken a shower, donned my best clothes, combed my hair, and memorized my lines, but with the schedule change, I still don't feel ready.
おいそこのクソカップルいいから早く準備するのですよ
Tama-chan watches us with the boredom of a child watching a horse race. With her elbow on the table, cheek in her hand even, how rude.
できたどう苦しくない
She gives the knot one final tug. Nope, that's perfect. Thanks. For the final touch, she reaches up and tweaks my hair for a second.
今日のレンもかっこいい
And you look stunning yourself.
あんまりはっきり言われると恥ずかしい
She fidgets. And of course, her face reddens as well. You is so weak to direct praise like that. It's a fact of the universe that blushing girls are fundamentally adorable. Sure. This is especially true for you, who doesn't usually let her emotions show that much. I feel like saying it again, just for kicks. No, really, you're ridiculously beautiful. A painting of you could replace the Mona Lisa in the Lavore. It'd command a way higher price. Sure.
ああもう胃もたれしそう胃薬持ってきて胃薬
Arla, I'm gonna slap you, you fucking bitch. Why are you naked?
私が用意しようかお願いしますあのアホたちを見てるとめまいもしてくるよ
Maybe it's actually a good thing we never talked to these guys in the whole route.
熱々ですからレンさんと綾崎先輩
None of the others seem happy about this, but that's nothing new. They didn't even give any sort of, significance to the story. It's just as common as seeing Arlo walking around naked. Sure, there's nothing wrong with my appearance, but I turned to the mirror to inspect myself nonetheless. I do look okay, right, Dio?
バッチリいつものね
I was hoping I could look, sharper than I always do. Around 70% more, ideally.
あまり気を張らない方がいいと思うレンは変に気張るとボロが出る
Okay. I was expecting her to say 70% isn't just a little, but she didn't jump for the sitcom-style retort today. I'm kinda shocked, actually.
大丈夫
Instead, she takes my hand and leans against me.
私がついてる二人で一緒なら何だってできる
Can you handle the cold, bitch? Can't deny that. Right. I can feel the warmth build up in my chest just from her presence. Which is ironic, actually, since she's a Yukiona. But time. In a matter of minutes, the clock will strike 10. It's almost time for her to arrive. I give you one last reassuring squeeze.
レンの匂い していたい。
Let's do that. I'm sure seeing us will convince your mom we should stay together.
そうだね。頑張って旦那様。
You know I will, babe. Giving her a gentle squeeze to drive the point home. So warm, so soft, so gentle, and such a calming scent. Doing this reminds me of how it feels. How it feels to love someone.
あらあらあらあら。
It reminds me how it feels to be brain dead, Ren. Time stops. Actually, it's more like she stopped it on arrival.
よし、合格。素晴らしい相手を見つけましたね。ゆう、見ているこっちが溶けそうなくらいのいい人間のいい男の子だこと。
What? I wonder is this woman in our living room. And did she just see that whole exchange between me and you? She just had a front row seat to all of it. I should charge an admission fee. Who I mean, huh? I was about to ask who on earth are you, like an idiot. Thought this guy is retarded. It's already obvious from both the Japanese clothing and smile that closely resemble Yu's. In this time and place, addressing us like that, she could only be one person. By any chance, would you be?
あ、お母さん。
I knew it.
実際にお会いするのは初めてね、レン君。どうも、ユウの母です。
He greets you with a charming, polite bow. Hello, I'm Ren Fujima. I'm honored to finally meet you. Bow in turn. I'm so awkward. This is not how I wanted our first meeting to happen. Timing couldn't have been worse. Who expects to meet her son-in-law for the first time in the middle of a WWE scene with their daughter? If a good impression could be compared to summer weather, then seeing us like this would be like an ice age. Although maybe that's a good thing for Yuki Onna. I'm too panicked to think straight.
で、落ち着いて。
Yu's face is upon mine before I can react, and our lips are locked together. Quite the masculine way of calming me down in a sense. But it works well, thankfully. I'm just as easy to placate.
あらあら、いきなり見せつけてくれるわね。 ちなみに今のは熱々で羨ましいねと言ってる。
I don't care, you. I don't care. But there's a hidden meaning in what she's saying?
あと、さっきのは OK バッチリ婚約者の話はマジだったかお母さん嬉しいわでした。
None of those words actually came out of her mouth. She's extracting way too much meaning from that for it to be true. Oh wait, is there some secret Yuki Onna code I'm not picking up
あん
on?
まりお邪魔するのもなんだし、ホテルに帰るわね。
Alright.
しばらく観光していくから、また日を改めてお食事でも。お母さん、ありがとう。仲良くするのよ。あと、早く孫見せてね。バッチリ。元気な雪男を産む予定。
So for boys, they just replaced the word for a woman with man and that's it? Hearing that word makes me imagine something Yeti-like though.
タマ先生、ではガイドをお願いできるかしら。はい、喜んで。さあ、こちらなのですよ。タマが、領館のタマがご案内をさせていただくのです。お見知りおきを。
Yu's mother imperiously... Is that how you say that word? Imperiously? Follows Tama-chan's lead, walking with an air of dignified satisfaction. So we're done here? Seriously? I feel like things are still more or less unfinished. I'm not just imagining that, am I?
やったね。
I mean, this game is making you brain dead, as I said, Ren. You don't even need to say that out loud. Alright. Roll the credits. You leaps into my arms. I don't often see you in such high spirits.
お母さんに認められたよ。私、ここにいられる。レンと正式に婚約者なんだよ。
Wait, was that all it took? When was that established? I mean, I'm happy as you are. As happy as you are, but logically speaking, like, all we've done is make out for a few seconds in front of your mother.
好き、大好き。
She kisses me over and over, fiercely enough to leave marks all over my face and neck. If you actually show this to your future mother-in-law, I think I'm gonna get slapped. I feel like she's actually sucking on me while she does that. Like, this doesn't show anything other than the fact that our relationship are sexual by nature. You can say that this proves that they love each other, but fuck that. So dumb. I still find it hard to believe. Was showing her mother a makeout scene the only thing that we had to do? Was this what you was planning all along? I still find it hard to believe that her mother was satisfied just by seeing that. I still have so many questions. You could say that the mom actually do trust Sue's judgment, but can you really do that? Whatever. Fact of the matter is that her mother has recognized our relationship. As long as Sue stays by my side in the end, as long as I can continue to see her smile this way, it's fine. Cue the movie. Roll the credits. I just can't help but feel like there's a catch. Night has fallen. As usual, you and I are unwinding in my room.
レンは悩みすぎ
Well, she didn't judge my personality at all. She just saw that you were happy and that's it. I wouldn't say that's actually a good mother, to be honest. Just because your daughter is happy doesn't mean that she found the right person, by the way. She kisses my neck again. Sure, you can say that, but we didn't even have a proper conversation with her.
お母さんは私が本当にちゃんと婚約者を見つけたのか見に来ただけ
She cranes her neck to repeatedly kiss my neck, continuing upward behind my ear.
それにレンはギクシャクしすぎ自然体でよかったつまりあれで大丈夫ってこと
Now she's nibbling on my ear. Tickles a bit. She's been at this for a while now. Since the moment we walked in here, she's been all over me. Almost like a cat marking its territory, she's been nibbling, licking, and rubbing her face all over mine. The scents of her sweat and saliva mix and hang in the air around me. If I was Ren and I was actually talking about something serious and she's doing this to me... this is why I would never let these sort of people near me. The stuff that I would do to these people are very cruel, guys. She sucks on my cheeks. It feels kinda nice. Or more accurately, arousing. My hand unconsciously finds its way under Yu's skirt. She's soaping wet down there. She trembles at my touch and her hot breath flows over my face. I can tell that she's already so wet that her panties must be completely see-through. I pull my hand back to see a string of her juices trailing from my finger. Her eyes glisten in longing. Then they fall off to my midriff. So cute, so beautiful, and so damn sexy. I can't hold myself back either, sure. If we actually get another 8 scene here, I'd be very surprised. They must really love you then. I thought that they loved Arla, but after looking at the number of 8 scenes, it seems Miyabi-senpai has the top spot for now. Yeah? Her words solicit an immediate reaction from me, both physically and otherwise. I'm not sure that platitude applies here. We sit upright and look each other in the eye. And piece by piece, we remove our clothing. You and I hardly even need to say a word to each other. We both know what the other is thinking. There's no turning back now. Not that I'd want to anyway. Oh, you're making me have to edit more stuff, you. In a moment, we're left staring at each other's stark naked bodies. I mean, you gotta think about the finances, you gotta think about the future, you gotta think about your age right now. You're just 18 and you want babies. Heck, you're probably 17, you're just saying that you're 18, so this is legal in the US, maybe? I do, but she definitely wants to hear me say it myself. I pull her in by the shoulders and wrap my arms around her. Of course I want to. I want to connect with her more than anything right now. Make a baby, you. God, this game. This game, dude. This game. I can only laugh in exasperation, guys. We share one more kiss and it's time to get down to business. I don't think they're gonna show us the 8 scene though. What? What the? Another 8 scene? Wow. Okay, they definitely love this bitch. Holy shit, Patreon.com says Azaikyousuke. 3 8 scenes in a row without the after story. With the after story in this episode, it's gonna be 4 8 scenes. Holy smokes. I am very surprised. They actually love this sort of bitch in Japan or something? God. Okay, well, people on Patreon enjoy. People on YouTube, if you want to fap to this, go to Patreon and pledge. Yeah, I don't think this game is worth more than just as fapping masturbation material, guys. Like, if you want to lose brain cells, buy this and then play it for the story. But I won't. I did this though. I did this to myself. See ya.
おはようございます。あなた。
God, my audio interface actually disconnected in the middle of that recording session. That was like a long 8 scene though. I didn't expect that to be another like 40 minutes. I guess I was looking through my videos and the past 2 U videos have actually been mostly 2-hour episodes. So this one being lengthy makes sense. I just didn't expect the 8 scenes to go on and on though. I was looking around at the 8 scene that I recorded, and if we are gonna get another 8 scene on the after story, that means that Yu is gonna get 8 scenes. And that's the same amount as Miyabi-senpai's. Everyone else either has 7 or 6. Arla has 6. Emi and Riri has 7. Miyabi-senpai has 8. But yeah, that was a pretty boring 8 scene because I wasn't really doing anything. And I was like, just reading through it in front of it. I'm like, damn, when is this 8 scene gonna end? The first thing I see when I wake up is Yu's smiling face. Good morning, Yu. Something was different about that greeting. Dear?
さあ、気が早いって思う？
I also ordered food, so I probably need to, get my food after this soon. Nah, I don't think so. You can call me whatever you like, but I don't think it'll change much. You lets out a giggle lying atop my chest. The vibration tickles a little bit. What a happy feeling.
ねえ、レン。
Yeah? My eyelids flutter drowsily. I take a moment to appreciate the heat of her body, her weight on my chest, the sensation of her skin against mine, her calming scent.
私ね、今、とっても幸せだよ。
Not me, I'm pretty sad, you. This route is going too long.
本当にね、心が温かくなる。私、胸がいっぱいで、ずっとこうしていていいよね。
I don't. The look on her face is one of pure bliss. I don't think she could be any more content than she is right now. I feel like her body temperature is rising a little bit. Does happiness raise one's body temperature? That must be the case. Yeah, I'm not in agreement. We should just stay like this then. Let's just bask in this feeling some more. As long as I have you here with me, I wouldn't mind never moving from this spot. What a retard. His smile is wider. I could look at that face forever if I was given a chance. This is the expression I love to see on her. She repeats what she's said a million times.
大好き。
The smile persists.
ね
So can we be done, please?
え、全部ベトベトになっちゃったから洗濯してて。
Okay, give me a sec, guys. I gotta get my food. I ordered my food like 20 minutes ago and it actually already arrived. That's just how long that 8 scene was, by the way. And I'm back. Sorry about that. But yeah, I probably have to re-record that 8 scene because I don't think people who use my videos to do their business are gonna enjoy having that cut of voice acting in the middle. Oh, sorry about that. Would have thought we'd have so much sex during the week that all of our clothes would be rendered unwearable. Well, considering you, it's not much of a surprise. With our sex drives, this might become a weekly occurrence. We may often end up losing count of how many times we do it. I'm not sure who I'm trying to make excuses for.
それよりお母さん知らない？
Your mom? No, I haven't. Why?
そう。携帯にも出ないし、ホテルに電話してももう帰ったって言うし。
So wouldn't that mean she's gone back home then?
それはないと思うんだけど。
Yeah, she probably hasn't. Who would just up and leave without telling her daughter goodbye? Maybe she's on her way to the dorm now. Maybe she's just taking a scenic route on the way here.
お願いしていい？
No. Can we end this episode, please? Just as you and I put on our shoes and leave the building.
その必要はありませんよ。
There she is, standing outside.
お母さん、昨晩はお楽しみでしたね。
She giggles with her hand covering her mouth. Did you hear us?
いいえ、ただ孫が楽しみですね。
Did she actually hear us, or was that a leading question? I don't think what we did last night was loud enough to hear outside the room. But she's not wrong to assume that a boy and a girl in love would do such things. I really wish she wouldn't bring it up directly like that. Wait, hold on. Did she just come back here to tell us that?
最後にあなたたちの答えを聞かせてちょうだい。
Of course, there was more to her return than that. Let me save my game.
あなたたちは二人で今後の人生を歩んでいくのね。人間と魔族で。
Like, who cares? We've already done this multiple times in the other routes. No one cares, Yu's mom. That teasing tone she had when she first spoke is gone. She's fully serious about this. As a human and demon, huh? I rolled the thought over in my mind again. I recall the day I first met you and the day that I learned that she was a Yuki Onna. And the days in between the two. I looked to my side. At the girl I now know I love. She's a Yuki Onna who can't take the cold. A girl who does things her way. But is also frank about how she feels. She's the girl I fell in love with. The girl who, even before that, had fallen in love with me. She's still a normal girl at heart, I know that. You gaze up at me anxiously. Yeah, I'm definitely already, like, so tired of this, guys. She doesn't have to worry. Ew, I don't even have the energy to feel angry anymore at this game because it's just so... It's been too long. I nod and take her hand in mine. I'm done with the way I used to be. I won't just let things happen to me. I have to own this moment myself. It's high time I started wearing my heart on my sleeve. Miss Ayasaki, I know that you and I are different, demon and human. I grip Yu's hand and face her mother and with her. I feel like my knees might give out beneath me. I won't let them. That difference means nothing to us. I state my case as frankly as words will allow. This is everything I've wanted to say. A difference in race has no bearing on our relationship. Maybe it'll cause arguments between us in the future. Doesn't matter. The you I know is, no, you herself is fundamentally a normal girl. I tighten my hand around Yu's. We're both trembling now. Yu squeezes back. Yeah, even on this serious scene, I'm not even gonna pay. I'm not even gonna voice act this seriously. That's just how much I'm done with this game. She's seemingly reassuring that I don't need to feel so nervous. Even if we argue, even when we're not the same race. You is you. I'm me. I fell in love with you because of who she is. And I'll do anything it takes to make her happy. Sure, I will. I hope nothing I said sounded off. Or maybe my body language was enough to snuff. I wouldn't know. But my thoughts on the matter have been fully expressed regardless. You told me this before. I don't need to be careful with my words. Speaking the whole truth is more important than being eloquent. I think I've accomplished that at least. After a short silence, I hear Yu's mother release a chuckle. How very similar it is to Yu's way of laughing. Family resemblance goes further than looks, clearly. No, I don't want to know, please. Yes? No, she's not strange. She's a bad girl. She looks directly at you as she says this. In her eyes, I see the care she holds for her daughter. What do you mean she has no tolerance to it? If she really doesn't have tolerance, she'd have, like, puked it out. Or, you know, she'd have actually, like, puked it out in the other end, too. What bullshit. Of course she has tolerance.
そんなことはあなたはもう知ってるわね。
No, never once have she told me that she's lonely, and I'm just supposed to assume that I know that, and you're assuming I know that. Her eyes shift back to me. I certainly am. I give a big nod to reinforce my point, making sure to retain eye contact with a nod. The dignified woman before me knows you better than I do, but I've witnessed all of you's habits by this point. It's a part of the image I see whenever I look at her
だか
now.
らこっちで学園に一人で通うってなった時は本当に心配したのよ。
No?
うちの田舎もうるさいから婚約者を見つけないと黙っていなかっただろうしね。
It was.
でももう大丈夫ね。
No, ma'am. Shake my head. That needs to be something that not just you's mother, but you and I ourselves can say.
見つけられたのね、ユウ。あなただけの大切な人。
Yeah, he's basically a simp for you. Not too turn to answer. You grasp my hand and nods.
お母さん、やっと見つけたよ。私だけの人。
Mm-hmm. The person who will always do anything you say, like the trash she is. She says so confidently, gazing up at me. I mirror the gesture. Her mother, meanwhile, keeps looking at me.
大丈夫そうね。二人で寄り添って生きていけるわね。
Just because I haven't been mean during the 8 scene or after the 8 scene doesn't mean I am still not, mean towards this particular route, guys. This route is hot garbage.
しっかりと手を取り合っているもの。
Indeed, it feels like my hand is permanently affixed to hers now. I don't feel like I could tear my eyes away from her if I tried. His mother continues.
レン君、気づいている？
End my suffering, use mom. Stop talking. Notice what?
この子、その服で外に出てるのに寒いって言わないのよ。
I don't care. Oh, you're right, she hasn't. It's hot enough outside these days to melt a human being to a puddle, but you would usually still complain that she feels cold.
全然寒くない。
She hasn't even been saying anything about the cold in the past 2 hours. I don't think she has said anything about the cold. I don't think so. You guys heard she saying something about the cold like this episode?
だってレンがそばにいるから、こうして手を握っているから寒いことなんて何もないよ。
She grins. The smile is pure as falling snow. Such a soft, gentle expression. I can feel her trust in me through those eyes. I bow my head to my mother-in-law to be. Ma'am, let me save my game again because I know this is gonna be the end. That was like 5 minutes. I promise that I'll never let you go as long as I live. You won't ever feel the cold again on my watch. Whatever happens in our lives, I'll be there to hold her hand. So I'll ask directly, I'd like your daughter's hand in marriage. Mm-hmm. What a perfect, perfect way to voice that script. Silence falls between us again. We don't speak, nor do we move. There should be cicadas chirping around here. But right now, I feel like we're all far away, as if there's some soundproof bubble around us. This continues for a moment until...
二人の婚約を認めます。お母さん。
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You're allowed in gratitude and bow my head. I feel like my eyes might tear up if I don't express the surge of emotion otherwise. This mother has officially recognized our relationship.
いいのよ、このファッキンボーイ。
What the fuck? You're calling me a fucking boy, bitch. Fucking. I lift my head to see her walking away.
また来るわね。暑苦しいレディース・エン・ジェントルメン。でも今度はそちらからかも。雪かきがあなたたちを待ってるわ。
Who made this script? This is so bad. Wait, hold on a sec, what? Dumbfounded by a random comment, I send her wordlessly. Before long, she's out of sight.
やったね、
I don't know, maybe Japanese think that's actually cool to put in some English words here and there. So weird. You?
もういつでも結婚できる。いつする？今日？明日？
You know how expensive marriage is, you? Wait a sec, what just happened? I mean, I don't know how marriage works in Japan, but over here, or then again, it's also because I'm a Chinese descendant. We like to throw parties for, marriages. And to me, it always feels like you're wasting money. And I really don't think if I were to marry, I would be doing that. I'd probably just go to a church or something. You know, just to exchange vows or whatever. Like, what's the point of doing that? Yeah, it's a, you know, it's a joyous occasion, but throwing money for that? You can use that for something else. You can use that as our funds for our kids. You just call me you fucking boy. Did she like me or not? You tilts her head quizzically. Am I the only one here who found out that remotely strange?
あ、わかった。翻訳してなかったってこと？
No, I want to end the game, you. Oh god, yes please.
じゃあ、また来るわね。熱々のカップルさんたち。次はこちらの実家にいらっしゃい。おもてなししてあげるわね。だよ。
Damn, it's been a 4-hour recording session. And I kid you not, probably an hour and a half of that or an hour 40 minutes of that is just 8 scenes. But even then, I've been recording for 2 hours and a half. That's the wildest translation I've ever heard. Does everybody talk like that in the Yukiona territory? Is it like a dialect? Do you talk like that at home?
あれがお母さんの巣。多分、レンに心を許したんだと思う。
Aha, so she was just trying to make a more proper impression. I feel like getting along with her might have its challenges after wedding.
そんなことより、結婚できるよ、レン。
You lips into my arms and I hold her up.
いつする？今？それとも夕方？
What happened to today or tomorrow? I don't want to get married, but we're still students, remember?
そうだね。夏休み入ってからにする？
I was thinking more like once we've graduated.
わかった。じゃあ、卒業式の後に結婚式ね。
What a recipe for disaster. Marrying after you're done with high school. Well, whatever. It's just a matter of when, not if. I guess if we're going to tie the knot for real, we might as well do it sooner. So we might as well just walk from one ceremony hall to another. That way we can have Emmy, Riria, and the others tag along to see it. I take her hand again. So cool to the touch, a pleasant sensation. Thankfully, this means I'm still warm enough for her. We gaze into each other's eyes again. And with hardly disguised glee, we nod to each other.
愛してる。ねえ。ずっと。永遠に。
Don't worry, you guys are perfect for each other, as I said, because you guys are both garbage. She beams at me as she speaks. Her eyes are wet with tears of joy. One such tear trails down her cheek, like a snowflake falling in summer. I pretend not to notice it. I'll love you forever too, you. It's the only answer I need to give. I pull you close beside me, close enough to melt together. To become one again in a purer sense. I'll always carry her with me. The sun shines on us from above. I feel like I've become a ray of sunlight myself. And like the sun, I'll always keep you warm. Now and forever. What a very bad route. I can understand why the people that rate this route high. It's because it has a lot of CG, so they actually put in a lot more effort into her. But come on, guys. My logic is like impenetrable. Her personality sucks. Her mom doesn't necessarily feel like really cares for her. It doesn't come across that way, even though she did say she cares for her. You know? And Ren, throughout the whole route, he was just simping on you. Well, I will say this though, I will always hate Ren no matter what route it is, because of his personality. But the girl, for sure, I definitely do dislike in this one. Arla's case, I'm kind of indifferent. She's like just the typical Kohai girl. Ruria's case, she's childhood friend, so whatever. I do like Emmy, and I do like Miyabi-senpai. And I feel like those routes, even then, those routes are kind of lackluster. That's all I have to say about this. Let me actually escape this like movie once it's done, so that I don't crash my game. No, it still crashed my game. I guess I was too late in escaping it. Give me like 1 second, guys. And we're back. Alright, we are done, and this is going to be the last thing I do, which is just the after story for you. Game system voice has been unlocked. You've unlocked my voice pack. Congratulations. I would love Gomei's voice pack, actually. Because I kid you not, Gomei is probably my favorite, not my favorite character, my favorite VA for these visual novels. Okay, I guess we are gonna be getting another 8 scene there, impossibly close to Naked Apron. Okay, let's finish this off, and this is probably gonna be an extra like 15 minutes, so I can withhold my boredom. Yu is currently just sitting in front of me, eating a mandarin orange. That in itself isn't remotely out of the ordinary. The fruit isn't in season right now, but pretty much every store has them in stock all the time. Some places even sell homegrown ones. No, that's not what I care about right now. Yu tilts her head quizzically. I've been staring at her. She reaches into the sleeve of her kimono and withdraws another orange orb as if it's a perfectly normal thing to do. No doubt she's chilled it to the perfect temperature for eating. And in season or not, I'd be more than happy to partake. Nah, I'm not hungry. Yeah, I bet. As she finishes her first one, she calmly reaches into her sleeve again and procures yet another. It's an apple this time. In fact, it's already peeled and cleanly sliced. Is this supposed to be something like Doraemon's like pocket? How much stuff does she have hidden away in her clothes? The outfit gives her breasts plenty of leeway, but everything beyond that part is a standard kimono, which would leave it without much space to store apples and other fruit, or so I think. Wouldn't they bulge here and there? It's a mystery. You eyes me suspiciously. You know, you can just go inside of the kimono and use your fingers to go inside of those sleeves. Yeah, sure, I'll have one. Place a slice of the apple in my mouth. I chomp and chew on it. Wow, it's really good. Exquisitely crisp yet still juicy, flooding my mouth with sweet, barely savory flavor every time I bite down. Oh wow, nice. What a surprisingly simple explanation. No, we're drifting away from the issue. Don't you love how we can communicate without saying a word half the time? Here and now would be nice. Wait, no. Sorry, I think I've missed my chance for a right witty retort. Then I'll say it straight. What's the secret to that extra-dimensional kimono? You didn't see that one coming at all, did you? She was getting ahead of herself. But I'll be glad to get a bite of her later. Can you abridge it, please? This thing's history is that long? You carefully strains her posture. The motion sends a twinge of anxiety through me. I feel compelled to mirror her. Aha, so it's an heirloom. That wasn't a long story at all. What was with that dignified storyteller pose? Where's the rest of the tale? She makes a point of covering her ears in irritation. But this is something I wish she'd understand. You see how worked up I am over my disappointment, and she heaves an exasperated sigh. No, you don't have to. I don't really care, you. I wish you'd done that the first time. Not excuse you, and you're not when I'm done doing the same to you. God, Ren. You didn't respond. What a shame. Wanted to see her blush after getting called cute again.
思い出も紡がれていく。私はおばあちゃんの過去をもらったの。
So is your grandmother still alive? I see. I've heard of that custom before. Things treated with great care over long periods are often used as matchmaking or bridal gifts in such families. I don't doubt that Yu's grandmother gave her this kimono with that intent.
で、ここからが本題。
Oh, it starts here?
私は寒いのが苦手って話はしたよね。
Mm-hmm. I know all about that.
で、湯たんぽとかそういうのが入ってないと困る。
Okay, yeah.
だからおばあちゃんからもらった着物を改造したの。名付けてユー着物カスタム。
I thought you weren't supposed to customize these things.
なんで？
What happened to your grandma's memories?
まあそれはそれ。これはこれ。
What? Can't imagine that being okay. What happened to all the memories she's inherited?
で、これは便利だなぁと思ってどんどんポケットを増やしていったのさ。
It's turned into a really frank, mundane story.
そうして気がついたらいろいろ入るようになってた。
Tailoring involves way too many deliberate steps to just lose track of how much you've done. I wonder how many retort points I can rack up with used nonsense today. Well, I guess I've more or less solved the mystery of how your kimono holds so much stuff. More or less being the operative term. I feel like there's still some demon power at work here. Now I'm getting kind of curious. How much stuff can you actually fit in there?
その疑問はごもっともです。実は私にもどれだけ入るかわからない。
I bet there really is some dimensional portal in there.
というわけで在庫整理も含めて取り出してみようと思う。レンも手伝って。
Okay. And so, the extra spatial pocket inventory adventure begins.
では手品ショーを始めます。
That statement is actually not far from the truth. But while a magic show indicates a sleight of hand, this one feels more like the real thing. I'm almost worried that maybe the portal in Yu's kimono leads not just to some space pocket, but to another time period.
じゃあ適当に出していくからレンは並べていって。
Gotcha. Grab a sheet and lay it out on the floor. The sheet itself is designed for outdoor flower viewing picnics, so it can fit 5 or 6 people.
さっきのみかん、スイカ、携帯ゲーム。
Wait, one of those sounds way too big. Handheld game systems or small fruit are acceptable. But how'd she even put pull the watermelon out? To say nothing of fitting it inside there.
携帯毛布、レンの等身大ぬいぐるみ。
You said something about a cell phone there. Wait. What I just heard wiped all the thought of watermelon from my mind. I don't care that she has a knitted doll of me, at least at the moment, but why is it life-sized?
はい、続きまして、婚姻届、香水、コンドーム。おっと、アダルト DVD ですね。
You don't have to say, oh hey here. I'm getting tired of throwing all these retorts at her. And why are you holding on to that paperwork?
ハンコも押してあるよ。
Sure work fast.
レンの。
That's remarkably thorough, if not more than a bit shady.
あとは、初めてレンにもらったリボン。
Okay, I kind of remember that date actually. Oh, she pulls it out and still folded perfectly neatly. It's still as spotless as the day it left the store, but now it's thoroughly creased. She must have been putting it to use. I thought she was encasing it in ice. So that bit earlier about keeping those things cold with her body was a joke.
はい、これも置いておいて。
Oh, just like that? Okay. I don't know why I felt so touched by it. What do I do with this empty leftover emotion? My moment of empty introspection is cut short by a cry of surprise. What now?
お母さん、入ってたの？
This game is retarded, dude.
Hello, everyone.
This game's retarded. Why am I playing this shit? Mother!
娘の着物の中マジ居心地いいわ。
This is so stupid.
上がったわね。旧カスタマイズだから。
I'm just going to put this out there ahead of time. That adult DVD she had in there was not mine. Whose definition of customizing is kind of frightening. Huh. I feel kind of dizzy all of a sudden. Why? Have I exhausted myself from firing all these comebacks one after the other? I don't have much time to hypothesize about it before darkness overtakes me. Yeah. I open my eyes and an all too familiar ceiling slowly morphs into focus. I'm in Yu's room?
おはよう、レン。
Yeah. Good morning?
急に眠っちゃうからびっくりした。
I fell asleep. Oh, was all of that just a dream? Of course it had to be. None of that can make any sense in reality. Oh, what a fright. That was such a weird dream. You were pulling all kinds of stuff out of your kimono, like your mom. It was freaky.
もう帰ったよ。
Oh, she did? You could have stayed longer. Left?
楽しんだから帰るって。
Okay. Oh wait, that wasn't a dream? I really wish it had been.
じゃあ、さっきの続きから始める。これはレンと一緒に暮らすときに必要な。
Hey you, I have a quick question.
何？
I gulped, seeing a full chest of drawers sitting on the sheet I'd laid out. I have no idea when it got there. Just out of curiosity, what was your relationship with your grandma like?
だから、くれたの、着物。
That's it?
それだけ。
Okay. I don't know what I was expecting her to say. Man. Well, whatever. I still love this girl.
はい、レン。
Hmm?
ガンダム。
Sweet. Not like you actually use those condoms. I instantly perk up and happily accept the little ticket to heaven. Now there are two silver linings to this misadventure. First, the sexy times. Second, the fact that Yu's mom chose to come out before we started. What a weird after story. Some time has passed since Yu's mother gave us her blessing. And with the added bonus of everyone else giving us theirs as well, Yu's emotional state is back to perfect form. I've been teased, punched, kicked, cried on, and forced to swallow weird drugs. It felt like a gang initiation, but eventually, everyone finally gave in and congratulated us. What a joy it is to have such caring friends. So... Is this gonna be double 8 scenes? For the after story? I thought the last one was gonna be the naked apron, but she's giving me a blowjob here. What the hell? Patreon.com Azaikyousuke. I'm not even like angry at the amount of 8 scenes. I'm just baffled by how many there are. See ya, people on YouTube. Okay, that was a short one. I'm actually eating right now, so I'm not gonna be voice acting this, but I'll give you guys my thoughts. I guess technically that's not really like a full-blown 8 scene. Yeah, I won't be voice acting this, guys. Actually got my food right here. I will give commentary though. Yeah, talk about food. I don't mind because I'm already eating them.
これは魚ね。生殖機能を強めるってネットに書いてあった。
Cares about selenium.
召し上がれ。どうしたのレン？食欲ない？もしかして夏バテ？ 私が食べさせてあげるね。
I'm actually eating curry again, guys. I really like curry.
あ
You can just eat so much variation, though.
どう？おいしい？喜んでくれて嬉しい。じゃあ次は私を食べる？いいよ。好きな時に私を抱いていくらでも犯していいんだよ。レンは私の旦那様なんだから。
And even though I said I was gonna give commentary, there's really not much to say.
それともまずはご奉仕してあげようか？口がいい？それとも手？足？
どうし。
Hello, my beautiful little sister.
ただでさえ暑いのに本気で暑苦しい。あの世で二人仲良く過ごす？そうだそうだ！サキュバスの私を差し置いてなんだいなんだいそのエロスは！しかも足とか！ つうか、レンちゃんたちはなんでここにいるのですか？タマちゃん、いたんだ。さっきからいたのですよ。それを無視してイチャイチャヌチョヌチョしていたのはおめえらなのですよ。うっさいのですよ、この腐ったみかんのもの。そもそもなんでいるのですか？リュウちゃんはもう大量の許可が出ているのですよ。このノットポンコツが。 引っ越し、めんどくさい。それで朝から見せつけられるこっちの身にもなるのですよ。
I feel like the only one that I can actually get out of this stupid dorm out of all of the like
私の実
demons.
家に行く件なんだけど、
So far, I think so.
無視されたのですよ。玉の存在をなきものに。タマちゃん、ちょっと邪魔。失礼。準備できてる？多分レンはそこまで寒くないと思うけど、私の分は必要。うん、できれば買い足しておきたい。うん、わかった。じゃあ、はい。よかった。じゃあ次は私の番。もぐもぐ。おいしい。だってあなたが食べさせてくれたから。 ダメだこりゃ。揃ったと思う。
Okay, I'm back. Done with food. Stick away the trash there. And got myself some more Sprite Zero.
ねえ、私考えていたことがある。
Thinking about what?
寮を出ようと思う。私の両親に挨拶をしてからだけど。
Huh. After what she said this morning, her words come as a surprise. What brought this on?
レンの家って今は空き家だよね。
Yeah, I don't think anybody's there at the moment. I just dropped the question I asked, as she didn't even stop to consider answering it.
じゃあ暮らす。
We who?
私とレンが。
You know, that's my mom and dad's, like, house, right? Sure, they're not there, but we can't really make that our house. Really. I would never have seen that proposal coming. But now that I think about it, that may be nice. I was just going to roll with whatever you wanted. If moving would be too much work, I wouldn't force her to.
やっぱりレンと一緒に暮らしたい。二人でイチャイチャする。
If that's really all she's thinking about, then I don't think it's worth going over there, Ren. That is such a useless, useless reason to move together for. You.
レンはどう？レンはどうしたい？
She stares deep into my eyes. Her irises glint like snow crystals. I stare right back as I think it over. I imagine what life on our own would look like. Yeah, that sounds nice. I'm sure that such a life would be more than enjoyable. Even now at the dorm, playing along with her whims is a fun affair. If we were to live with just each other instead of with all the others, it'd be a whole new type of fun, so to speak. Yeah, let's go and live there, just us. You not satisfied. I can feel her faith in me radiating from her face. There's nothing for me to do but prove that her confidence isn't unfounded. And I'll do everything in my power to accomplish that. You and I chose this life together, and we're going to make it ours. Moving ever forward, matching each other's pace, just like how we walk down the sidewalk now. That was kind of nice, but the fact that she's honest about the fact the reason why she wants to move is just the fucking thing really grinds my gears. Days turn to weeks, weeks to months. You and I are now living together on our own. Not that much has changed since we already lived so close together at the dorm. But now that we have a place to ourselves, there's one obvious result. Instantly, yup.
あなた、料理の邪魔しないで。
Well, there you go. That's our last 8 scene. Is this technically number 8 because the last one was like a very short one? But there you go. Patreon.com/Azaikyousuke. This is the naked apron that Ren wants. People on YouTube, I'll see you guys once the scene ends. Hopefully there's something that I can finish off on the episode. Unlike Arla's after story, which is just like full-blown 8 scene and that was it. But yeah, see you guys after this. Are we done? Oh my god, thank you. Recording time has been 5 hours, guys. 5 hours for this game, I can't believe it. That's awful. This game does not... This game is not worth playing 5 hours straight. This game's hot trash. It's a while before we remember that we still have to get ready for school. Is that really all I'm gonna voice act at the end? Wow, this after story shit is garbage. Okay, I don't have anything else to say, guys. This game is hot trash if you're not playing it for the 8 scenes. That's all I'm gonna say. And yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you guys enjoy me trashing games like this, then do keep suggesting these. Because I will play them at some point and I will trash them again. Oh. Okay, what was my outro again? Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it. Sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. Do yourself a favor, and if you want to play this game, buy the uncensored version. Fap to it. Never read the story seriously. Don't do what I do. You don't want to experience what I experience. But yeah, people on YouTube, you're also gonna get this early access, but nothing uncensored. People on YouTube that also aren't on Patreon just yet, feel free to become a free member, because that's gonna be where I put the first episode previews of future playthroughs. I am so glad I'm done with this, so that tomorrow I gotta go with some friends after the gym, so I was gonna do some more Amayui, but I guess I'm gonna do Amayui on Wednesdays instead. But yeah, I've been playing a lot more Amayui, and that is actually a game that I really want to play. Not this. But okay, 5 hours of this garbage. I've already said what I need to say about this game, so yeah. See ya.